Parliament decided to get rid of the Stamp Act after the colonists protested with a boycott, but Parliament still felt like the American colonists should pay for their fair share of the French and Indian War. One of the king's advisors, a man named Charles Townshend, thought that the Stamp Act was a bad idea. However, he believed that the colonists wouldn't mind paying a direct tax on products that they used every day, like tea, sugar, paper, glass, and soap. Man, was he wrong. As soon as the new tax, called the Townshend Acts, were passed, the colonists started complaining.
It's not that the colonists were particularly whiny about paying taxes. They didn't mind helping to pay for the French and Indian War, but they wanted to do it in their own way. Parliament was far away. They were all the way in England. The colonists felt like Parliament didn't understand what life was like in the colonies. To make things worse, everybody in England got to vote for who represented them in Parliament. Everybody except for the American colonists. They didn't think it was fair that they had to follow Parliament's laws and pay Parliament's taxes, but they didn't have anybody to represent them in Parliament. And so, colonists began marching through the streets shouting, "No taxation without representation!" Meaning that they didn't believe that Parliament should be able to tax them without giving the colonies representatives. To protest against the Stamp Act, the Sons of Liberty organized more boycotts, encouraging colonists to not buy anything from England. Just like before, the boycotts hurt English businesses. The British government responded to the Sons of Liberty by randomly invading colonists' homes, businesses, and ships looking for smuggled goods that had not been taxed. The colonists responded by rioting in Boston. The king ordered more British troops that the colonists called redcoats because of the bright red coats that they wore to go to Boston to keep control of the colonists. In response, Samuel Adams, the leader of the Boston Sons of Liberty, said, "We will destroy every soldier that dares put his foot on shore. I will look upon them as foreign enemies." Indeed, things were about to get real ugly between the colonists and the British redcoats.
Next time, protests of the Townshend Acts caused rioting in Boston. The king responded by sending more troops. What will happen when some of these British soldiers get into an unwanted snowball fight with some of the colonists? Find out next time on History Fits.